want a brand new home, but you gotta protect yourself from the greedy agents and the bad builders. They expect you to fall for the 6 hidden mistakes that everyone makes when you're shopping for a new home. But you know what's worse? These traps are easily avoidable if you know what to look out for. So never fall for the real estate regime. Mistake number one, the real estate regime. Have you ever heard of paying for nothing? That's the hidden reality of many homes you find for sale because the real estate regime that comes with them will leave you buried in frustration and regret. But why? The perfect example was my buyer who fell in love with a stunning $1 million new construction home. Everything looked perfect until I dug into the details, and then I saw it. A sneaky $180 per month fee. Not terrible, right, if you're getting something for it, except they were not getting anything for it. No lawn care, no amenities, no pools, no gyms, no park, no soup, no nothing. At least nothing that justified the outrageous $180 per month regime fee. As a result, my buyer completely lost interest, and now months later, that gorgeous home is still sitting on the market. And you know what? This isn't uncommon. Builders often use HOAs to pad profits, charging big fees with little value. And even worse, many builders also don't realize they'll face a one-time capital contribution at closing, often costing thousands. And now here's the kicker. Affordable neighborhoods usually have problematic HOAs. You could be paying for rules and restrictions that don't even align with how you want to live. Stories like this shows why it's so important to dig into the details before committing. So how can you protect yourself? To protect yourself, you want to read the fine print. Before you fall in love with a home, request a copy of the HOA agreement. Look for hidden fees, restrictions, and rules that might not work for you. You also want to check the online communities. And by that, I mean join the neighborhood's Facebook or Nextdoor group to see what current residents are saying about the HOA. Watch out for complaints about mismanagement, unfair fees, or poor communication. That is the worst. You want to ask about capital contributions. Always ask about additional fees at closings. These one-time costs can be a shock if you are not prepared. If you think HOA's fees are all bad, just wait until you hear about the repair bills that you didn't see coming. That's exactly what you might fall victim to if you ignore a Trojan horse. Mistake number two, the Trojan horse. Have you ever thought, it's a brand new house, what could go wrong? Well, sometimes the biggest problem comes hidden inside the walls, just like a Trojan horse do. Let me share a story from last year. A friend of mine who used to work for a big builder told me a shocking story. One homeowner noticed that their living room would get unusually hot and cold with every weather change. Thinking it was a simple issue, they called the builder warranty rep to investigate. Duh, that's pretty standard, right? The rep noticed something strange. The living room walls were slightly bowed. Curious, she began tearing away pieces of the siding and the trim. That's how serious she was. She's gonna get to the bottom of this, you hear me? That's when she uncovered the real problem. Moisture had seeped into the walls, causing serious damage. But how did it happen? 2 years earlier, heavy rain had delayed the construction schedule. The crew responsible for wrapping and sealing the house didn't finish their work before the siding team came. So you can kind of guess what happened. Instead of waiting, the siding crew said, "It's not my problem," and installed the siding anyway, leaving the house unwrapped and unsealed. Just out here. Crazy. By the time the issue was discovered, the entire exterior wall needed to be replaced. But that was not the worst part. The builder refused to pay for the repairs. It took the owner months of frustration and persistence to finally get them to cover the cost. This story is a reminder that even new homes are not immune to problems, but there are ways to protect yourself. How you want to protect yourself is you want to conduct thorough independent inspections. Don't rely on single inspections or a so-called inspection when the builder gives you. We use a 7-step inspection program for our clients to catch hidden issues at every stage of constructions. You want to ask about the builder's track record. You want to research the builder's history of handling warranty claims. Very important. Are they known for fixing problems or simply dodging responsibilities? You also want to hire a knowledgeable agent. Work with someone who knows how to navigate the new construction process and can advocate for you if issues arise. But sometimes the real danger isn't a giant wooden horse. The real danger is being seduced by a construction Casanova. Mistake number three, the construction Casanova. Have you ever been charmed by someone that seemed too good to be true? Well, that's the construction Casanova. A builder who promises perfection but often leaves you with regret. Their homes look perfect in marketing brochures, but behind the scenes? That's a very different story that you deserve to know, because one of America's most trusted home builders was publicly called out by a home inspector in Arizona who exposed their defects on TikTok, and we ain't talking about dancing. Okay, instead of fixing the issues, the builder sued the inspector to silence him. The lawsuit dragged on for over a year, costing the inspector thousands of dollars in legal fees. Sheesh! Despite the builder's effort, the inspector did not back down. He continued sharing his findings on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagrams. Things got so bad that this builder banned all buyers from inspecting homes before the closing. That's crazy. Imagine being told you can't ensure your biggest investment is safe and up to standard. Wow. Builders like this are the ones who refuse to address issues after closing, leaving homeowners to deal with costly repairs instead of doing the right thing. Just do the right thing, man. So what's the best way to protect yourself from bad builders? Ask your agent about the builder's reputation. Research how builders operate in your area. Leadership, hiring, and regional practices vary widely and make a big difference. You want to demand full inspection rights. Ensure your contract allows proper inspections at every stage. Go beyond standard inspections and cover all aspects of the home. Hire expert guidance. Only hire an agent who represents you, who knows new construction and can guide you through every layer of the process from construction to inspections. It is very different from the resale purchase process. But what happens when it's not the builder but their sales rep who's a problem? Dun dun dun. That's what I call a wolf in Gucci loafers. Mistake number 4, a wolf in Gucci loafers. What happens when the person across the table is working against you and doing it with a smile? A builder sales rep who looks polished but is only there to serve the builder's bottom line. In fact, you won't believe just how deceptive this wolf can get. But how? Last year, Lucas worked with a client, Sumit and Rajmi, who had a very specific criteria for their dream home. After previewing many homes, they finally found the perfect one. When they sat down with the builder's sales rep, let's just call him Jimmy, things took a strange turn. I'm talking strange, like Stranger Things. Jimmy lied repeatedly about what the builder could and couldn't do, making promises that were blatantly untrue. Lucas calmly corrected the incorrect statements each time, ensuring that our clients had the accurate facts. After 2 hours of negotiations, Jimmy lost his temper and started yelling crazily. But it didn't end there. Later, Lucas caught him outright discriminating against our clients. 2024, it's still happening. 2 weeks after closing, Jimmy was no longer employed by that builder. Thankfully, Sumit and Rajmi got exactly what they wanted, but not without unnecessary stress. This reveals a bigger problem that most people don't know. Builder sales rep do not work for you. They work for the builder. They work for the builder. By law, they owe you complete loyalty to the builder and zero loyalty to you. Zip zero. Which is why the North Carolina Real Estate Commission requires them to disclose this the first time they meet or chat with you, but no one does. And what they're supposed to tell you is actually pretty concerning. Check this out. The agent who gave you this form may assist you in your purchase, but will not be representing you and has no loyalty to you. The agent will represent the seller. Do not share any confidential information with this agent. The Real Estate Commission wants you to know this because the builder sales rep's goal is to maximize profit for the builder at your expense. Your personal information is not safe. Anything you share with them can and will be used against you in the court of negotiations to buy that house. They keep their job by pushing you to sign quickly, take as little as possible, and cut corners where they can. If they don't keep their employers happy, they get fired. Done. Which is why the North Carolina Real Estate Commissions demand that they tell you this up front. And this is why it's critical to protect yourself. But how? How you protect yourself is by keeping it professional. Do not share personal details. Demand written agreements. If the sales reps makes a promise, make sure it's either written into the contract or assume it's not a real deal. Never waive your right to representation. No matter what a builder tries to tell you, you are the only person who can choose to waive your right to representation. So you want to make sure you are working with a great buyer's agent that will represent you every step of the way and make sure everything is good. So we tackled the wolf, but one of his tactics is so powerful that even the most vigilant buyers can still fall to the Black Friday fugazi. Mistake number 5, the Black Friday fugazi. Builders love to grab your attention with flashy discounts and big promises, but there's more to those deals than meets the eye, because what sounds like a great deal is sometimes just cheap marketing tactics, and I saw a perfect example of this recently when one of my clients was driving by a new construction neighborhood when he decided to pop in. The builder, who may or may not rhyme with lying homes, because, well, they be lying, had a sales agent ready to pounce. The sales agent asked if they were working with a realtor. When my client said yes, the agent started acting nervous and said, "Oh, no problem. I'll just show you a few options." They toured a couple homes and one of them caught their eye. That's when the agent said, hey, I can knock off $25,000 off this price point if you sign by midnight tonight. It was 8 p.m. Here's the truth. That $25,000 discount was never real. The builder, like most builders, inflated their prices knowing that they'll offer this same so-called discount to everyone who walks through the door if they sign fast, no matter what. This classic high-pressure sales tactic is designed to make you act quick without checking in with your realtor, thinking it through, or more importantly, if you're actually getting a great deal. The agent even added,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about bothering your agent. You like the house, right? No need to bother him. Let's just get the house.
Thankfully, my clients did not fall for the fugazi and called me right away. I told them what I tell everyone about this builder. Their homes are known for water leaks inside the walls and cracks in the slowly setting foundation. When issues arise, the answer is,
not my problem. Hire somebody to fix it yourself or sue me.
If my clients had signed that night, they might have felt like they were saving $25,000, but in reality, they'd have to pay the same inflated price as everyone else and spend far more time fixing endless issues down the road, time and money. So how do you protect yourself? First, you want to consult an expert. Work with someone who knows the builder's reputation and how to navigate their tactics. Never waive your right to representation. I cannot say it enough. Don't do it. No matter what the builder says, you have the right to representation. Don't give up under pressure. Sign up for deal alerts. What are deal alerts? Builder sales reps send the most exclusive home deals and special offers to a limited list of brokers to see if they have a client that might be interested. These exclusive deals never end up on Zillow or Redfin because they're looking for a buyer who can close quickly. Because these homes usually need to close by a certain date. But how do you get access to these exclusive home deals like this? They're usually only available to brokers and investors, but today you can get access to my exclusive deals club for free until at least December 31st. Scan the QR code or go to livingincharlotteteam.com/deals, fill out the home preference survey, and you'll get exclusive deals that match what you want sent directly to your phone. It's 100% free, no credit card, no BS, livingincharlotteteam.com/deals. So we've talked about bad deals, but you know what's even worse? A deal that's so bad that you never wake up, like student surgery. Mistake number 6, student surgery. Would you trust a first-year medical student to perform surgery on you? Of course not. You would go to a specialized surgeon, probably the best specialist you can find. But there's a little known reality I'm about to share that will blow your mind. Incredibly, most people go to the first-year medical student of agents while buying their home and they don't even know it. My past client's neighbor is a perfect example of this. I got a call from Richard, who lives next to Tanika and Tyler. Shout out to Tanika and Tyler, they're the best. They're one of the most delightful young families I've ever worked with. But Richard had recently purchased his new home. Initially, Richard thought he had landed the greatest deal. But once he moved in and saw what other buyers in the communities has gotten, he realized that his deal was not so great after all, like at all. In fact, the more he thought about it, the more he wanted to be free. Because while he didn't waive his right to representation, the buyer agent he used to represent him did not understand new construction. He did not know how to negotiate with builders and did not help him to shop and find the best possible loan rate and payment. While I wish the situation was rare, it's not. Most people learn that 80% of realtors do 3 deals per year or less. 3 deals. That's crazy. And when you're working with an amateur, you get amateur results. Like, he got a house that was too small and paid too much for it. His girlfriend wanted more space, and 6 months after moving in, they found a new home from another builder that they were excited about. In fact, when he called me, Richard wanted to sell, saying, as long as I don't lose too much money, I'm ready to move. So when he called me, I said, you know what? Can I be honest? I don't think you need a new home. What you need is a better deal on your loan. I explained how refinancing could solve his immediate problems and save him a lot of money. I could have helped him sell and buy another home, but I wanted him to feel good about his decision, not just for today, but for years to come. I asked him to sleep on it because he was moving too quickly and to make a decision that would best benefit himself. The next day, Richard called back and said, you are the only realtor who has ever talked me out of a deal, and I'm glad that you did. Richard decided to refinance, stay put for a couple more years, and we're staying in touch until he's ready to make a smart move in about 2 years. So how do you make sure you're working with a true expert? Well, you want to choose experience. Work with someone who's closed enough deals to guide you confidently. You also want to ask the right question. Test their knowledge, ask about structural packages, foundation types, and materials used in the build. You also want to prepare for the right time. Work with someone who will help you build credit, save money, and find the right deal, even if it takes a year or two. Check client feedback. Look for an agent with a proven track record and glowing testimonials from past clients. They should have plenty of happy past clients who had the same problems you had and needed someone to solve them. And they should all say something like this.
My home buying experience was fantastic.
It was a quick process. It didn't take multiple weeks.
Anxiety-free, easy.
Really cared about the solution.
Great to work with, helpful. You always make the time just to talk to us.
Communication was great.
They're attentive, communicative, understanding of where you're at.
We got a great deal, and we beat the rest of the buyers.
Like that.
I would recommend you guys to anybody, any day, anytime.
Even if you avoid these 6 catastrophic mistakes, none of it matters if you're stuck using a bad system. In fact, you want to hear a little secret? The real reason why all my clients are so successful isn't because I'm so great. It's because the system I use with all my clients has been refined and battle tested for over a decade. This proven system has helped dozens of home buyers just like you already, and it's making the home buying process simple, easy, and low stress without having $1 million in the bank or being a real estate expert. Because I get so many questions about this proven system, I finally made a free 4-minute video that explains exactly how it works and how you can use it to buy your new home easily. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to watch this free 4-minute video right now. My name is Andrew Wallen, your realtor to build or buy the perfect home here in beautiful North and South Carolina. And as always, until next time, hope to show you around.